Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial where we'll be guiding you on how to use Descript for video editing. This is a beginner tutorial, so let's get started. We'd like to let you know that we have the link to Descript in the description for you to get a head start right after this video. So Descript is a platform that helps you to do a lot of stuff with your content, and in this tutorial we'll be showing you how to do the editing. We're going to use a video sample just to show you how you can do this without using a video editor. So once you log on into your Descript account and this is your dashboard, this is what you find. What can I help you with? Now this icon here is the Underlord. The Underlord is the name of the AI that helps you to do basically everything here on Descript. Then this is the area where you can drag and drop a video file for editing. And that's what we're going to do immediately. So we have our video and we're going to drag and drop it right here. Now, once you see the blue highlight right here, it means it's safe to drop. If it's out, you will not see it. So we're going to put it right here and let it go. So the next thing you need to ask yourself is what you want to do in your video in order for this video to be edited. If you'd like to cut silences, you'd like to remove bad takes, remove repetitions, clean the sound, this is something you can come over here and describe exactly what you want. So let's go ahead and do this. Or of course, you could come over here and click on one of the presets. You have clean up video recording, rough cut of podcasts, or if you'd like a transcription. But just to show you how you can do this yourself, we're going to give it a prompt. So right here we have a prompt of what we'd like to do to make our edit. We've given it the prompt, remove silences, cut bad takes, remove repetitions, and clean the audio. Next, you'll need to click on Get Started. At this point, it's currently uploading your file and transcribing your media. Why is it doing that? Well, Descript is a text-based editor, so it needs to actually transcribe your video in order for the system to be able to read what you've said and delete repetitions, cut bad takes, and you could also make some fine-tuning yourself. So we're just going to wait for this to finish. You could also see upload and transcription complete. Then you have more options right here. It says try out these popular first edits. So you have the option to apply the studio sound, to remove background noise and enhance voices. And then it says here add captions. We're going to pick that as well, and add fade transitions. So we're going to pick that. You can see that by selecting these toggles, you're just basically doing what you'd be doing on your video editor. Of course, you could skip this if you don't want to, but if you want to have it, you could say apply to my project. Now remember, when we were giving it a prompt, we actually asked it to remove background noise. We didn't ask for captions or fade transitions, so we could decide to leave these on. Click on apply to my project, and you can see it's created a captions track right here in the timeline. Now, how do we know that it's actually done some work? Well, you know the original duration of your video. For example, this video which we're using is about 5 minutes and 56 seconds. But right now, you can see right here, 4 minutes and 34 seconds. It's taken at least a minute and 20-ish seconds. So you could also verify this right here by coming over to the transcript and scroll down. You can see right here that this has been cancelled. This is probably a repetition. It says here podcast, and this will take us to our podcast, right? That doesn't make much sense. But let's see. And this will take us to our podcast workspace. So we actually meant to say this will take us to our podcast workspace. But because it was a repetition, which is what we'll actually be deleting or cutting out when we're using our video editor, Descript does the trick for you. If we scroll down further, there are other mistakes, repetitions that Descript has removed. Now, if you look at the timeline right here, you can see 1.0s, 1.0s right here as well. These are pauses that Descript has added to make it natural. So far, we've seen Descript start editing our file and we love what it's doing. If you'd like it to do more, you just simply need to come over to the Underlord input area and provide some details. So we're just basically saying add zoom ins at different areas. We're going to say send, and the Underlord is thinking and deciding what it needs to do. It says I'll add zoom ins at the jump cut locations to make transitions smoother and more dynamic. I'm guessing this is what you'll need to do if you're working with a video editor. So in summary, Descript is a text-based editor. You could edit some of the text here and you could prompt it to do what you need it to do. The last thing I would like to show you is this. Descript is not perfect. So once you see a place that needs to be corrected, for example, if you said, so make sure you're logged into your Podbean account, once you're here and you don't want the and to be there, all you need to do is to highlight it. And once you highlight and release, you'll see these options. You have the option to correct it, regenerate, or once you hover over it, you can click on the ignore button. Once you click on it, the and will be gone. So this is how you can text edit on Descript and ask Descript to edit your work for you. And as you're going through it and you find some information you'd like to deal with, you can select that area and say, do something to this area. And Descript will do exactly what you're asking it to do. Remember to prompt properly in order for Descript to do exactly what you want, because if you're not descriptive and your prompt is vague, you might not have the desired outcome. At this point, I would like to remind you that if you want to use Descript, you can use our link down below in the description for an easy access. Do let us know if this was helpful, and thanks for watching.